Hey guys, welcome back to another Building Kashyyyk weekly segment. Happy Tuesday everybody. Obviously I'm uploading this video on a Tuesday instead of a Friday, out of the usual schedule, and that is because I didn't release a Kashyyyk last Friday, and obviously I think the Friday before that, actually it might not be, I don't know, I forgot when I put the last Kashyyyk. I think it was like 2 or 1.5 weeks ago. Anyhow, I've done a lot of work since then, and the reason I didn't wait till this Friday is because I'm going to be busy then, and as well as I'm going to be in the middle working on the mock, and I don't want to have to worry about uploading a video or anything. I want to be fully put my mind into the mock and not have to worry about getting a video uploaded or something like that. So I wanted to get this video out to everybody, plus everybody has been wondering, you know, what have I been up to? Of course, I get tons of your comments, guys, and I appreciate that. So without you guys, I got plenty to show this video. There's some really, really awesome stuff. We finished the second floor, and then we get to something really, really cool at the end, and I'm just so proud of how it came out. So definitely watch the full segment. All right, guys, let's get into it right now.
Alright guys, starting this week's Kashyyyk episode off. Finish this over here. So it's all done, covered up. Still need to figure out how I want to cover up this motor right here, but for the most part, this is all done. Now obviously, it's very blank, and trust me, I'm going to add dirt, greenery, I'm going to add more water right here. All that's going to be done later. It's easy stuff. It's actually the most fun, but I'm going to put all that in last, but the actual building part is done here. Looks great. I have an Apple Watch on, if for those of you who wonder, and yeah, so it looks awesome. Very happy with it. So just like I told you guys, I was going to have this done as well. If we come over here, I have filled this in as well. Actually, put that right there. But anyhow, so as you can see, that's all done. But you know what? I don't really like it. What I've done here is I did this like pipe room. I don't know, I was just like experimenting, and I was like looking at it and like, this just looks so out of place. No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this red up here. I don't like that second stripe. The first stripe looks fine. I'm going to get rid of the red. I'm just going to get rid of all this pipe stuff. It just doesn't, it looks so out of place. And I'm going to just figure out something different to put there. Maybe some type of, I don't know, workspace for the clone troopers. I just don't like this whole pipe room design. It just isn't working for me. However, I do like this right here, this wall right here. This all looks, whoops. This all looks fine except for the actual room itself. I like everything else. And then I'm also going to go ahead and get these pods fully installed because they're still not actually there. So I'm going to get that done, and we'll get a good finished look here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I've made these cool little rolly chairs. See, there's little black wheels on them. I'm pretty sure somebody has probably made this design before, but looks cool to me. I do like this thing right here I made right here, this like little generator thing here. This right here. I don't know, I like that. I might keep that. It's kind of cool. But yeah, I just don't like this. For those of you who like it, I just don't. And it's not to be cocky or anything. It is my mock, and if I'm going to look at it, I want it to be everything that I like. So it's going to be redesigned. So without ado, guys, with magic called transitions, I'm going to fix this up and make it look better. Let's do that now. One of the most scariest things ever just happened to me, guys. Oh my god. So I was finishing up this room. Looks better now, right? And I installed these lights here. There's 5 different lights right here. And I was installing them here. I had a wire going out to here, and you would plug it up. And I had 2 components over here. So I had this thing right here was plugged into this USB charging port thing on this outlet, and then I had the other one like this. Then I also have this black converter which came with the cord with the lights, and this thing, just piece of crap. Anyhow, so, you know, here's what happened. I had all the lights on, all the second floor lights, those lights over there, the hallway, everything. And then all this, it's plugged in, it's looking great. I was like, wow, you know, I just installed these lights, and I was like, wow, that looks great. And then all of a sudden, everything just goes off. No power, no lights, anything. I'm like, that's weird, must be, you know, this, maybe it got loose or something. I unplug it, replug it, make sure everything looks good. I plug it back in right here, doesn't work. Oh my god, you know, okay, what's going on? I go over here, unplug everything, just try, I unplug this cord and just try plugging in directly this cord to this without anything else going to any other lights, just these 5 lights, and they weren't working with the power plugged in. And I just started freaking out immediately, because, you know, that immediately to me, I was like, oh my god, no, did I literally just install all these lights and you tell me they burnt out? And I was like, I couldn't have overloaded it and all this, and I'm just freaking out. And then I start unplugging these lights. I'm like, oh my god, are the lights, like, do I have to go back in and replace every single light? So I unplug it. I get myself a new power cord brick thing, one of these. I plug it in. Light doesn't work, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm completely freaking out. And then I'm like, okay, let's just try another. I take it out and plug it in, and I make sure that I'm plugged in with this white converter right here to the cable, and I plug in the second one. It works, and I'm like, okay, good. The lights still work. I don't need to replace every single light. Do I need to replace these boards everywhere? And so then, you know, I try replugging the board in, just the board, and all the 5 lights work suddenly. And I'm like, wait, what? They just didn't work a minute ago. What just happened? And then I plug in this cord, this N cord right here, this black cord, and then all of a sudden all the lights are lighting up and everything's back to normal. I'm like, okay, what just happened? What just happened here? Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys what happened. So after my wonderful freak out, I realized that, so there's this thing on the cord right here, and I knew not to put, it says warning, do not plug USB port into any computing devices, read instructions. I went over to the instructions. Basically it says you have to use a converter that's exactly 5 volts or around that. Now this thing, this is the converter that came with it, but the USB part where you plug it in, it's shaking and it was glitching out the lights. I don't even want to replug it in and show you guys because it was that scary. It was like glitching all of the lights. It looked kind of cool, but it was very scary considering I don't feel like rewiring everything. I would rather not destroy everything and have to rewire it just for the lights. So I immediately stopped using this thing, so bye to that. Anyhow, so then I went on and I read the little fine description right here, and it says 5.3 volt converter, and there's 2 type of, this is an iPhone converter, and the iPhone uses 5 volts. The iPad, however, uses 15 volt charger, so if you use one of these, you have to be extremely careful, because I'm about 99% sure that these are 15 volts. And so basically what happened is I installed enough lights to the point that everything overloaded. And so then you're probably saying, okay, well, if everything overloaded, how is it working again? It's because there's so much electricity going into the lights across the entire thing that it got to the point where it couldn't handle it anymore. And so everything just shut off, and basically it's like, it didn't get to the point where it shattered all the lights. It got to the point where it just closed off the circuit. I don't fully understand it. I didn't take electrical engineering classes or anything, but basically it just got to the point where it denied electricity because there was already so much on the circuit, the long circuit. It denied it, and that's why when I was replugging it, it wasn't working, because it basically needed to cool down its giant circuit system, if that makes sense. And so once 5 minutes later, if everything's cooled down, basically all the electricity is evaporated into the air, just like lightning. It goes away immediately. You don't see any thing of lightning, but you see the mark. It's basically kind of like that. I'm trying to simplify it as much as I can to you guys. So after its cool down period, everything went back to the same. And now when I plug this wire in to this right here, to that board, everything goes back to working perfectly. Biggest scare ever on Kashyyyk. I wanted to take the time out, tell you guys just how much I just freaked out. Oh my gosh, that really scared me. Because guys, I would have had to rewire that. I would have rewired this. I would have rewired all of that. That over there, the freaking hallway right here. It would have been a disaster, and I don't even think I would have replaced the lights. I think I would just be like, guys, it's not worth it. We're just not doing lights. But thank God, it didn't get to the point where everything was overloaded. It just needed its cool down time. I've learned my lesson. Be extremely, extremely careful when using LED lights, especially this tiny stuff. Use the right converters. That's my lesson that I learned. And I want to tell you guys all that too. So just use the right converters and you'll be okay. If you use anything else, you're going to screw yourself like I did. That was a giant scare. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. Alright. Enough of me going crazy nuts on you guys. Let me get everything back in to look nice, and then I'll show you all the lights on, and I'll show you the final room. Alright? Alright guys, I've completed the building part, at least, not the final details of the second floor. And there we go. It's looking nice. All the lights are working. And yeah, I don't have the other lights, the power generator lights, as well as the bottom floor lights. Don't have those on right now. I need to get myself another power adapter after that giant humongous issue. But anyhow, so yeah, as you guys are seeing right now, the everything's been covered up on the top, as you can see, even over here, and it's been covered up pretty well. Obviously there's some spots in there. Whether I get it later when I fill in those spots, I don't know, but I think it looks fine as is. But yeah, anyhow, focusing on this, so here are these lights lighted up. So there's like 4 console lights, and then there's this like blue light next to this little desk area, and then there's another little thing there, and I don't know, little generator right there. I don't know. And then I put a this is like that. It's this stuff right here, so I could do that kind of style like that. But then I use these arches. I thought I'd do something different. I think the arches look awesome. And yeah, so we have lights here, got light here, and now, as you'll notice right here, there's actually these 3 spotlights. And actually what I did here is I used a similar style to what I did for this light right there, that light that we were shining Kashyyyk on. So it's a very similar style. It's actually pretty simple. There's just the light right in there, and then you have like this circle piece. I have it right here. That piece is hooked in like that, and this is actually my own design, so if anybody uses it, please give credit where credit is due. It's a very awesome design. I think it looks sweet. I don't know, I really like the whole spotlight kind of thing going on. And not only that, the fact they're not just positioned like that, so if I want to change the light where it's directed, I can do that. So now it's straight down instead of going right against that like that. So kind of a neat little thing. But yeah, so I did 3 of those little spotlights right here, and they create a really good light. I like it. Now, why are they sticking out so far? Well, when these clone troopers come out of here, they don't want to be hitting their heads on the lights, so I distanced them enough, so it makes sense, you know, when the clone trooper comes out. I also put in the ladders because I knew you guys would be like, oh my god, David, how are they going to get all the way up there? Magic. So I figured you guys complain if I didn't put some ladders in there, so I put those in. So every clone trooper technically has access to get down. Now I might put some like benches or some details right here, some more flooring details, especially throughout this entire second floor, because it's pretty bare, even though it does look really nice with the lights because it reflects so nicely. So I'll probably be doing some flooring stuff, but that's not really important. That's kind of like a final detail type of thing. But the main thing is that the building part, like the structure stuff, is done for the second floor. I'm like so happy. So what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna clear up this entire giant mess that I've made on the bottom floor. Clear it all up. We're gonna make a big giant floor, and we're gonna finish up all that, and then we'll be on to the outside, and then we'll be getting some really cool stuff. Now before we get to that, also some other neat things about the spotlight right here is you'll notice that it's just like a plain color, plain like light color, I don't know. Now, those of you who've seen the Clone Wars series, remember the Kamino arc, the Season 3 arc. Remember how, like, Kamino, when the barracks area went, like, red when there was an alert. And obviously, it's going to be the Battle of Kashyyyk, so it would make sense that you have an alert mode. So what's cool about these lights is if I just take a red stud and just place it on there, it turns the light red, and I can do that for all three, and you get a much more effect. Now, it doesn't mean I have to do red only. I can do blue, and it could change the color just like that. The wonderful thing of called Lego and its magical power. Sorry if I'm, I don't know, lazy with my words, because it is 3:16 in the morning right now. But anyhow, so yeah, I can change the color like that. Love these type of lights. It is my design, but yeah. So what I did for the roofing areas, I obviously can't get every little nook and cranny, but I can cover it up for the most part so you don't see any of that colors. Like, it's pretty, if you guys remember how much coloring crap was right here, it's pretty impressive what I've been able to do to cover all that up, and I'm very happy with that. So a couple other things is I'm definitely going to put that Republic logo, print out like a clear sticker, put that right there, so that actually looks more interesting looking. Other details I actually did over here, you might notice it, is I put these bracket things up in these poles because it looks so empty and blank without it, and I was like, what can I do? And so I was just messing around, and it's like, hey, that actually looks pretty kind of cool. So I like that, and then I fixed up the generators a little bit, got those looking a little better, and then I topped off the roof right here, and same goes for right here, and obviously right there. So it's looking really nice now. Like, look at that. That looks pretty awesome, guys. It's an awesome sight right there. So what do you guys think of the second floor? I made this little side room, got the barracks, got a gun rack room, got some generators, got a messaging room, and then one other thing I'm thinking about doing is, what if I also, since this wall right here is blank, and we don't have like a TV screen or anything, what if I print out like Palpatine on like a TV screen, on like Photoshop it, and then I can cut it out and like just tape it on right here and make it look kind of blended in with the bricks. What do you guys think about that? Let me know down in the comments. But yeah, so it's looking sweet. And then obviously, guys, let's not forget these doors right here close like that. So that's an awesome feature. But yeah, I'm really happy. Can I just take a moment here and just be happy? So much work on the second floor. But yeah, so it's all done over here. Now, obviously, like I said, there's more little details to come, the little things. But when I say it's done, I'm talking about like the building part. Also, I'm sure you guys are wondering what I did for the lights over here. Some of you may not care, but as you can see, I can just lift this up, and this is how I do. I just have one little pole here, and then I have these things sticking out here so it lays down nice and flat. There's the wires. It's, again, very colorful once you expose it. And if I took this down, it would look crazy. If I took this off, you'd just be mind blown how it's like so colorful underneath it. But that's the cool part about Lego. You can hide things. But yeah, so what I did for the wiring is all these lights, these 3 lights right here, as well as all these and this one light are all on this circuit right here. And then what I also did is I carried over a wire that goes under here, and there's a wire right in there for if I want to do lights in this tree. And I also have a wire in that tree as well. Whether I get lights in it with the finished mock, I don't know. Probably not, because I kind of don't want to take the trees down, or, excuse me, apart. But yeah, so all of this paneling stuff you guys see over here, easily taken off. It's very simple. There's nothing advanced about it at all. It's just simple stuff. But yeah, this wall right here, it's completely hollow in the middle. So if I need to access these lights, it's very easy. I didn't want to fully brick up everything in case there's ever a problem with the lighting after our wonderful thing that's happened. I just want to take the precautions. All right. I'm gonna get some sleep, but when we cut through the video right now, it'll be the next day and I will have this clean, and it's the magic called video editing. But yeah, guys, just taking a moment. Like, seriously, that's so sweet. It's done. I'm just so happy. I'm just really happy. Like, you have no idea how happy I am right now, because like this is the big part finished, and the bottom we've already done a lot. Like, there's not too much. It's just the floor we have to do, which isn't honestly that hard. And I have some ideas for what I'm gonna do with that. Whew. Let's move on, guys. I'm just proud of this. This is. I think I'm gonna cry. I'm just kidding, guys. All right, let's move on.
Okay, guys, so going off to the side of things for a little bit. We'll get back to the base in a minute. But I was working on a new Kashyyyk barricade design, because that has been something you guys have been asking for so long now. Oh my god, David, you gotta get the Kashyyyk barricade. That's such an important part on the beach. And you guys, I'm very aware of that, and I've got you covered. So, I had my original barricade design. It's over there, but I don't really fully like it. It's not really accurate. It's just very simple, and I wanted to do something a little more advanced, I guess you could say. So here is the actual barricade, and that's what it actually looks like. So this is a much accurate portrayal of the real barricade. It has like this kind of grill drain thing, and it has like a sloping down, and then if you really wanted to, I could put a decal or print the tile to have that brown shape right there, because you can't really do that with the size I'm dealing with here, trying to keep it minifigure scale. So this is all being held up by gravity right here. It's extremely simple, but it looks nice. I don't really fully like it though, even though it's probably pretty accurate. So yeah, anybody's welcome to use that design if they want to. This is what I think is going to be the final design. I have a special figure, wink wink, against the barricade here. But anyhow, so this is the actual barricade, and I really like it, considering how I can curve it like this and keep this really nice shape with the triangles and everything that you're dealing with here. So I really like that look, and honestly, it isn't as accurate, sure, as the other version, but it keeps... Oh, okay. We are looking at a Wookiee now. Let me just go back. There we go. But anyhow, it keeps the core like angles, so you have this like sloping down, and you can see that sloping down right there. Now I tried, you see how there's these things like right here, like connecting on the barricade. I tried using, I don't have that piece next to me, of course I don't. It's this piece right here. I tried doing that, and it gets the job done, and it's probably, again, more accurate. But honestly, you don't see this part, how I was able to kind of blend this together, these triangles together, and I don't know, I'm kind of proud of that. I'd rather not just cover that up with a kind of not really nice looking piece. I don't know. So this is my final barricade design. I really like it. I hope you guys like it. If you use this design, please give credit to me. So yeah, you're welcome to use this design, guys, but please just give credit where credit's due. That's all I ask. But anyhow, the core design of it's pretty simple, actually. It's literally what you see here. I think a lot of you can just figure it out just by looking at this. And then this stuff was probably the most tricky. Trying to get the, you're angling it, it's being twisted and stuff, so you have to get that stuff right. And then you also have to, it has to be able to, stand on itself at an angle. So that's the point of these back things of what you're seeing here. So yeah. Alright, so just want to take a minute out from everything else, guys, and just show you some design. Honestly, how did I get the design? I was just playing around. It's usually how I come up with a lot of things. You just play around with Lego bricks and you end up with something cool. So yeah, and then the last thing I want to show you guys is right here. This is the so there's the elevator, there's the generator room, there's the big opening door. So this is obviously the interior of the base, and so what I've come up with is a gantry crane where a turbo tank will be right here. You'll have some arrows pointing this way, and then you'll have like a lighted up pad going straight out to the main doors, and then you might have some side stuff here. Haven't decided yet. I just wanted to sketch it out and see what that looks like. So we'll see what I make, and hopefully you guys will like it. So let's go. Alright guys, I've been working hard. Here's what I have. So as you can see, it's pretty much clean back here, and I've started working on a gantry crane right here. That is what you're seeing. It looks a bit not the prettiest crane you've ever seen. Don't worry about that. It's in construction phase. The important part is that it works. I've been trying to just get the functions done, and I've been putting some aesthetic looks on a little bit. But the function is the fact that it needs to move back and forth that way, obviously. And then the other function I wanted to do is the actual crane part you see here. I want that to be able to slide across, just like that. And so I've achieved that function, as well as if I have to use both hands. I'm not gonna attempt to just hold that one and that will go the other, but it uses that mechanism I was showing you guys earlier, and it works perfectly. So why did I choose to instead of just like a straight up like kind of square look, why am I choosing to angle it like this and make it hard on myself? Well, I want to make it hard on myself. Actually, no, I just like the look. I was looking at real gantry cranes, and they kind of like curve a little bit like that. Obviously not as good, not as like this, but it's my own creation, so whatever. Point is that I'm gonna make it look better on the top. That's probably the most ugliest part. I'll make that a little better looking, but the functions are there, and so what's going to go on here is
you know, you have the clone turbo tank like stationed right here. Decided to only do one clone turbo tank because I want that gantry crane. I want that crane so you could be able to like lift parts of the turbo tank, because what's cool about this turbo tank is if you push hard enough, this part right here lifts out, so that would be so cool to have the gantry crane like lifting that out right there. I thought that would be a really cool function. Almost dropped it. Function of the base. So thought it'd be neat. Hope you guys like it. Obviously, it is not the prettiest crane, but you know what? It blends in with everything else. Honestly, it isn't that big looking at everything else. It's kind of small. If you have a turbo tank, you think that's big. Psh, look at that. No, I'm kidding with you guys. But it's awesome seeing all this stuff done. But anyhow, back to the crane. The reason why I actually wanted to finish the crane in all this area first before I was going to videotape, but I was like, oh, well, you guys are probably going to wonder how I did it. So the gantry crane, I'm going to lift it off right now. This is how I made the sliding mechanism. It's, again, very simple. So here it is. It's just using those groove pieces I showed you earlier. And all it's doing is sliding across. And then the rope or whatever is actually just a chain link. And I think, obviously you can't, you know, lower it and drop it, but I really like the aesthetic look of it. I'd rather take that over the functionality of lowering and dropping it, because honestly, when am I actually going to lower and drop it? There's just so much going on this base that I'm not a little kid, so I don't really need that functionality, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, well, anyhow, the tricky part out of this is the fact that it needed to be 5 studs. 5, not 4. Uneven Lego numbers are not fun, because Legos mostly counted in 2s. But when you're going odd numbers, it gets tricky, because then you have to start using these type of pieces to get it right. And this was a bit tricky, because as you can see, you know, I have 4 studs, 4 studs that way, and I need to make it 5. So that was the tricky part. It's not the hardest thing to do, but it definitely takes some time to get it right. And then as for this, again, here's how these things will slide. It's very smooth. It's not going to be on wheels. It's just going to use that. And yeah, and then these things, it's kind of just like the force of gravity, how these things hold up right here. Can't really explain it. They just stay like that. So don't have to worry too much about that. But anyhow, that's the crane mechanism. Again, it's pretty fairly simple, but again, I'm gonna make this thing look a lot better. So, yep, I really like. I don't know why, but I really like the functionality of how I'm able to slide that crane. I don't know, it's cool. I'm getting my little kid phase in, but yeah. All right, so I'm gonna pretty this up, and then I'm gonna start working on the floor. And then what you're also seeing here is you're seeing how there's like these lines right here. That gives me a better idea. So there's gonna be like almost a runway going out to that. And then you're gonna have some arrows. I'm gonna see if I can't make some blended in Lego arrows. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'll do something right here, and then I'm gonna do something over here. I don't know. I'm gonna make it up as I go, and we'll see what happens, guys. So that's the crane. I know it doesn't look great right now, but I'll pretty it up and make it look better-ish. All right, let's see what I can do. Let's go. Alright guys, I've been working, well, gosh, it's been 6 hours since the last time I recorded. I've been working really hard, guys, on a whole bunch of different things, but the main thing that I got done was the crane. It's completely finished now, and it looks great. There's the completed crane, guys, and I'm very, very happy with how it's looking to be. So as you guys can see, there's some really good detail if my camera will focus. There we go. Some really good detail around it that I was able to put in, especially like over here and stuff. So
Yeah, and then also you'll notice that I've installed the full track on both sides like that. So now you can fully see how this thing, well, how much it will be moving and stuff, but I'm really proud with how this crane turned out to look. I was really nervous at first. I was like, you know, what if it doesn't look good or something? But man, did it turn out well. I was really surprised at how I was able to make this thing look half decent, because it looked like crap. Obviously, you know, you guys just saw. But man, I'm pretty impressed with I'm impressed with myself that I was able to do this, to be honest here. So yeah, the crane looks wonderful now. I think it really blends in with everything that we have going on over here, and it's a great addition, I think. And then of course gotta love this feature, moving that across is just, I don't know, for some reason it's exciting to me. I don't know why. Now I do want to mention, guys, I did have a problem where, so I said that this thing right here is being held up by gravity. What was happening actually is I noticed after like 30 minutes it started to push away, meaning like this would push the columns to almost like go that way, to like split or whatever. And so what I actually worked out perfectly is when I put these plates right here to stop this pole right here, I put it on all the sides. Thankfully it actually gets a perfectly even balance. It doesn't make it go up too much or down too much. It just worked out perfectly, actually. So that's awesome. It could have not worked. But yeah, and then you can also see I put some other nice details right here. I was, again, really proud with how this came out looking. It's the same on the other side. And then here's the track. Obviously that red and colorful stuff is going to be covered up. And so, like I said, I haven't just been working on the crane, so if we come on over here, you'll notice some other things. So the first thing is I've been trying to get that arrow I want, so that's the shape I want. It's just getting that blended in with other slopes on, this is called snot, which means studs not on top, meaning it's sideways. And to get rid of these gaps, I'm having a giant headache, and I'm having to seek professional Lego AFOL's help for figuring out how to get that flush, because I've seen it done, just don't exactly know how they do it. So that's my best guess. It isn't working how I want it to, so I'm seeking some professional help. Hopefully those guys will get back to me. And then another thing you'll see here is this. Now it's not going to be red under this, but what this is basically there's going to be 5 of these this way, 5 of these this way, and this is like almost a cradle for the turbo tank wheels. I don't know, you really honestly don't need it, but I think it would look 10 times better. So all I'm using is these pieces right here. It's actually a decently new piece. I think it's like 2 or 3 years old. It's not the easiest to come by, especially, well, not the easiest to come by, and it can be pricey on Bricklink. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and so I've ordered those parts already. Those will be in later this week, and I'll be able to put that all down here and really get this turbo tank area complete, get it all filled in right here and stuff, and make it look all nice and fancy. I have some neat ideas, and then I'll have the arrows right here, and then we'll have a big lighted up almost like runway thing, and then I'm thinking like an X shape for where the elevator is, and then just surrounding this area like that stuff, and then we'll put in some other details. But that's what I got in mind, and so I've been thinking about all that stuff. The Gantry crane, or just crane, whatever you want to call it, looks spectacular. Again, can't get enough of that feature. and the fact that when I move it, I'm going to try to move it with one arm. You can kind of see what I'm doing here. There we go. It's hard to move with one hand. I need both hands on each side, but there's my best attempt at trying to move it. But yeah, it looks really, really good. Really happy with it. And you know what? This is a really good throwback to when we were just starting Kashyyyk. Goodness gracious, I can't believe it was already a year and a half ago. Man, I need to finish this. Okay, anyhow, it was a year and a half ago, and I showed you guys like a gantry crane idea. It's 10 times bigger than this, but it wasn't sturdy at all. And I was like, oh, we're gonna have this throughout the mock and stuff. So I like how like we're having like throwbacks to the original like Kashyyyk ideas, like the gantry crane, for example. And there's been some other things that I originally thought of, and I was like, maybe I could add those in. So, yep. But yeah, this just want to show this last thing this is how it's sliding, guys. And it's actually 10 times better than like using wheels or something. It's really, 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 I don't know. I'm just really proud of this crane. I don't know, for some reason it just looks great. I didn't think it was gonna come out this well, and just the whole look of it is great, on par, and I hope you guys think the same. For any of you haters out there who don't like this crane, you guys can go shove mac and cheese in your face. I don't know why I said that. Anyhow, so yeah, I'm really proud of this, guys. This is where we're gonna end it off. So next segment, which won't be long, I promise, from now, we are gonna get this floor finished. We're gonna put in those lights. We're gonna get everything finished. So we did a lot this segment, and it's a long segment too. So I'm gonna get this whole area done. I'll figure out that aero. I'll get those parts in for the wheel area and stuff. We'll get the whole turbo tank area. We'll get all this done by next segment. This will all be finished, and then we can get on to the outside, and we can stop working on the inside so much. So we're almost there, guys. We get to the fun stuff outside, all that shrubbery and the waterfall area, swamp, all that fun stuff. We might even start touching on that next segment if I get this whole area done. But knowing me, this will be a lot of work, especially with the lighting, because I'll have to light up that. So yeah. All right, well, thanks, guys. We'll go ahead and end it out now.
Alright, guys, so that was the segment. Yeah, so that Gantry crane, right? I was really, really proud of that. I didn't think it was going to look that good. I thought it was just going to look like some columns and a little crane part. I didn't think it was going to look all fancy like that. So, you know, I'm kind of happy, actually really happy with how that came out. I was actually really surprised that it looked that good. I hope I get a good reaction from you guys, because I'm really happy with it. So I hope you guys are too. Hopefully I don't get a bad reaction. Anyhow, so I've ordered some parts. Those will be in later this week. That's part of the reason why I wanted to upload this video now. But then I'll probably get you guys saying, well, David, why didn't you wait till those parts came in at the end of the week? It would be Friday around that time. Well, it's because, guys, I take my time when it comes to building, and I don't want to rush anything. Again, I don't want to have to worry about a video, or uploading a video, I should say, because I have to obviously record every now and then everything, my progress, obviously. So, you know, that's the reason, is I don't want to have to worry about that. Plus, I'm going to be very busy Friday with other things, and I don't want to have to push that off. So I just want to get the video out to you guys now, and I figured all of you are mostly on summer breaks, so it doesn't even matter that it needs to be Friday. That was the original reason, by the way, why it's every Friday, is because you guys are off school that night, so you could watch the video and throughout the weekend. But since it's summer, most of you are off pretty much. But anyhow, so next week we're gonna get that second floor, or not second floor, that first floor done. That ground floor, we'll get that whole almost runway type thing lighted up and all that. I have some ideas of what I want to do for that, and then we'll get to the outside. Yeah, pretty simple as that. We're almost done with the inside. I'll need to cover up the motors. There's some little things I need to do in terms of finishing the inside. Some flooring, obviously, it looked a little blank. Some other like details and stuff that can be done later behind the scenes, and that can just be part of the big final reveal where you see the entire mod done. Yeah, so alright guys, I'll see you guys in the next segment. Hopefully it won't be too long. It'll definitely be within the next 2 weeks, I can tell you that. I don't know when I'm gonna upload it. I'll always aim for Friday upload, but it could be another off Friday upload like this episode. So just keep your eyes open on Facebook. That's where I'm updating the most. So if you haven't liked my page on Facebook, there is a link down in the description. Alright, don't forget to also subscribe, guys, and I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye-bye.